fall short of getting their revenge against the Indiana Fever. We're going to talk about it, break it all down, have some fun and more right after this.
Welcome to Chicago Sky Central, and here's your host, Haize.
What's going on, Sky fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Sky Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. I'm the host here, Haize. Stevo's in the building as well. We're the host here, Stevo and Haize in the building. Stevo, we did get changes made to the starting lineup. It is the changes you've been calling for. Lindsey Allen and Kennedy Carter replaced Dana Evans and Diamond DeShields in the starting lineup. And for what it's worth, the starting lineup scored much more consistently. We'll talk about Dana Evans coming off the bench as well. She showed a lot, I think, in this game as well. Despite the loss, Kennedy Carter starting in that starting lineup, 18 points, 4 assists. Marina Mabrey is back to looking like the Marina me and you have come to notice. 22 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals from her in this game. Plays much better with a true point guard out there. Lindsey Allen only went 1 of 4, only 2 assists, 2 steals, but you could tell the way moving the ball around, the assist before the assist, that really helped out as well. We get double doubles from both Kamilla Cardoso and Angel Reese. Angel with 11 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Kamilla with 10 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block as well. And then Dana Evans coming off the bench with 12 points. Izzy as well with 6 points. Still only 13 minutes played. Still want to see those minutes go up a little bit for Izzy. How you feeling, Stevo?
Like you're saying, we keep losing, doing to the same things. It was very fucking irritating watching the ending because it was just the same thing. I'm like, first we get in foul trouble, so that's the main issue. Angel got in foul trouble early. That messed up everything. So then they got into a row where they was getting more offensive rebounds than us, but then we fought back and we always kept it close, which was good that the offense has got to the point where it is. But when it came down to it, every time we got close and it was like a 4-point game, we cannot get a goddamn key stop. And then there was times on the opposite side of the ball where I'm looking at them like we just ran that fucking play. Like I think they know that's coming, and then a turnover happens. And I'm sitting here like, how y'all not paying attention to what y'all doing? Like at some point, now I'm looking at y'all like y'all need to start learning from y'all mistakes because the whole game you was pretty much making mistakes. You had a point where you was up 5, it was like 55-50. That was probably the best basketball you was playing the whole game. And ever since then, defensively, like I've been saying, defense as a whole, we play solid. But the weakness when it comes to our defense is rotations. We probably have one of the worst rotating defenses in the league, where we rotated late on the threes, or we ball watching and we not watching backdoor, and that was happening way too much. And it was just, you got to execute down the stretch. Yeah. Indiana was executing down the stretch, and that's why they beat us. Nobody had a splendid. They all played a great game. From Smith, from Caitlin Talk, they played a great, solid game, and they played together. There was too many times when Marina had to get us out of binds. That's not a sign that we was gonna win a game. When your team, when your player, that your best scorer just gotta make some shit happen against a team that's on fire as a whole, that's not good. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Like it's a lot of small things that I think we could do better in. But coaching wise, I think she did a great job for the most part. But executing and fouls was just the worst thing today.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we saw like the fouls. When you get 5 fouls from both Kamilla Cardoso and Angel Reese, that's going to be tough every single
Kennedy
time.
had 4.
Yeah, Kennedy had 4. Dana Evans had 3. Like it was a lot of hacking. Now we could talk about the refs aspect of that or not. We keep being on the wrong side of the free throw discrepancy, but still, it's what I saw was a lot of execution. Dana Evans, who played overall a really good game. I'll give her overall a really good game. Some of those decision makings in the fourth quarter, though, I was like, "Come on, Dana! Like, don't ruin the momentum." And remember, I had said I didn't think that Dana Evans was going to be able to bring the needed scoring energy off the bench like Kennedy did. At least in this game, going 4 of 9, 3 of 5 from 3-point range. Maybe there is something to be said that maybe she is better suited at coming off the bench. I want to see at least 5 games up at first before I really look to make the decision on that. But at least right now, like I said, there's a lot of positives in this game. Not to say that there are kind of things that we walk away from and be like, hey, well, at least this, we still lost. But you're getting some positives from it.
No, but like you said, like I never had that. With her come off the bench, I never had that thought like she wasn't going to score because like you said previously in the last game, when you're a point guard, Your job is not to come in just purely score. When
Yeah,
she
that's
was
fact.
gonna come off the bench and there's no Mabry next to her, I was like, she's just gonna go in and be Dana. And
Mhm.
that's why I feel like she was way more comfortable. You could see in her body language, she was way more comfortable. It's something she used to. But like I said, at the end of the day, you gotta execute down the stretch. And like you said, she made a couple turnovers down that stretch, a little bad decisions here and there, miscommunication. It can't happen. You gotta start learning from your mistakes. You got to. You really have to. There's too many times where I'm paying attention. Like you didn't know she was gonna do that. Like especially with us, like you could tell. To me, it looked like Indiana Scotters and paid way more film than they ever did because they looked like they played against a team they played against before. We act like we didn't know what they was gonna do tonight at some points in this game. So I
And
don't
they
know
did
if
the
that's
same thing all night long. Like
all day.
it was the same play with the same actions. They just went to different players off those certain actions. But if you look at it, it was basically the same play. About 85% of the game, it was the same damn play.
The difference is we was trying to do the same thing, but we was doing the same blade, but they was figuring out.
Yeah.
We ain't figuring it out. Like we gotta figure it out, bro. Like at some point, it in your mind, it has to click. Like, okay, you gotta start playing chess at this point because that's how you get into games where you keeping it close, but you can't get ahead because you're not getting that final stop. You gotta get that key stop to get the momentum switch, and you either gave up a three or you gave up a back door. Or you gave it to Aaliyah, and I'm sorry. Kamilla had a solid game, but Kamilla needs to start acting like she fucking 6'7" sometimes. Because I get it. Aaliyah is cold, but some of them shots that went in today, you should have sent that bitch to the gulag. I'm just being honest. You got like 4 inches on her. I'm gonna need you to start playing your size.
And the thing is, and this is where I see this is just not facts. Like refs ruin momentum and Allen can't pass the ball. This is just not correct. That's not correct at all. Like
You
she
seen that
like
one turnover?
it like that's just not accurate. But the thing that I said, and I said this, right, is that we can make changes and those changes can make certain things easier on us. But we're still a very limited team because of we still aren't moving without the ball enough. It was better this game, much better this game. And we still aren't really running any type of actual offense. We're just not doing it. And it's confusing.
Yeah,
So
right. I will say I'm gonna keep saying I don't like looking at the goddamn refs. But some of the shit that they was calling, they was pissing me. I'm gonna just be quite frank with you. Indiana was traveling the whole fucking game. And they called Izzy on 3 of them. I'm like, Kaylin out there stutter stepping. Nafisa down there doing the moonwalk when she pivoting. But every time we make a move, it's a travel. Every time we set a pick, it's a moving screen. But they down there battling, cuffing and shit, but it's a foul on us. Like, and then coach, Diamond came into the game penetrating the defense. Where the fuck was she at the rest of the game?
mm-hmm.
Like, it's stuff you got to do. You got to make adjustments a lot. And I get a lot of people saying Boston is, yeah, she is strong. I give her that.
Yeah.
But you is 6'7". Use it.
Yeah, and like I said, I not to give anybody bail. So I want to be clear here. What I'm trying to do is identify is not to give any bail because it needs to be fixed one way or another. Kamilla has to it feels like she's trying to use the finesse part of the game while she's getting finessed. You can't you're bigger than everybody. Like I don't get Aaliyah Boston is stronger than her right now, but like you just got Kamilla has to start using her size, and we haven't really seen that other than in that mid-range jump shot. But she got to do that more consistently. I love the fact that her and Angel Reese both offensively rebound. That's going to get the Sky so many extra possessions when it comes down to. But again, those extra possessions are still going to end in bad shots because we don't run no goddamn actual offense. So it's this was better. But it wasn't much better.
It was better, and we all knew if the lineup changed, it was gonna be a significant improve. But like I said, there's still things we're not executing right because just to point at coach just a little bit, there's things you not tapping into the bag that I know you got. There were so many times where I'm seeing a pick and roll between Kaylin and Aaliyah, and I'm like, why we not doing that with our bigs?
Well, the difference is though is that Caitlin is still a threat to hit the 3-point shot, even though she's shot not.
So
shooting.
why you ain't doing that with Moreno? You can't tell me one time we ain't do a wide pick and roll with Moreno. We always do the pick and roll with Dana or LA.
Yeah.
And Dana at the time wasn't a threat at the 3 at the time. Moreno was. So Moreno would have drew them. They would have to choose. Just like with Kaylin, they would have to choose. You got to realize that as a coach.
And I mean, that goes back to what we've seen, that Coach Spoon is right now failing at identifying certain things. I'm glad that she at least woke up to make some changes to the lineup. That's good. Diamond DeShields, listen, she played 7 minutes this game. She I would say she deserved to do it because she was, like you said, penetrating at one point, but still wasn't overall effective. If this is going to be our starting line, like I said, I don't want to see any changes now to the starting lineup for at least 5 to 6 games. Let's give this lineup a chance, see what it's going to be. But at the same time, like really the only other thing you can do out of the starting lineup is maybe move Lindsay Allen to the bench and start Michaela Oniwerde or Isabel Harrison. And I don't know if I see it being much better with those two either. So like
I feel like that was another reason why I feel like we couldn't get ahead. Izzy didn't have her best night. She was 1 for 4. Once again, 13 points is still unacceptable, coach.
Yeah.
Play her. I don't know what's the hesitancy. She wasn't in foul trouble, I don't believe. She wasn't in foul trouble. She only had 2 fouls, so there was no reason. Yeah, she got a call for travel a couple times. Keep letting her play through it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it comes down to, man. And yeah, there were a lot of fouls that didn't go our way. There were some missed calls that could have gone our way. Absolutely. I don't want to act like there's not, but I focus more on the things that are in the team's control because, yeah, the refs sucked this game, but it wasn't why we lost this game. You got to go back and look at that offensive execution, especially down the stretch. And that's another thing. You have to maintain being calm. This Chicago team, when we get down the stretch of games, we either foul, we take stupid shots, we miss wide open players. It's certain things with that we do. And again, Coach Spoon with the lineups that we got to get underway as well. Like this was a winnable game. I know we ended up losing by 8, but this was a winnable game because we got it down to 3, I think, at one point with like 3 or 4 minutes left. And the difference is that the Indiana Fever
came right out and hit a shot.
Yeah, and they ran off. They did not allow how close this game was getting to stop them from running actual offense. And when you go through that and you stay poised, you're usually going to be the team to get out. And I see people saying things like, "Oh, well, when your rookies are your best 2 players." Like, first of all, I hate to tell y'all this, but they're not the best 2, and they weren't the best 2 tonight.
No,
but you can still and that's where coaching comes apart in, because if you are winning. I mean, if you want to win, even with having rookies that you have to rely on, your system has to be sound. I always go to, I know it's NBA. Jaime Jaquez said something very important that I think that's where you have a culture. I'm not expecting us to be there yet. New rookie head coach, I'm not expecting it. But this is the place that you want to be in. Jaime Jaquez came into the NBA and said, I had to learn to be a Miami Heat player first and then an NBA player second, because that's the culture and expectations that they have. We don't have that yet here in Chicago Sky. So right now, everybody's trying to figure it out, and it's rough. It's just flat out rough a lot of times in a lot of aspects of the game, and we saw that roughness today, and it led us to not being able to pull out a game down the stretch that was close. That's just it.
Yeah. So. And down the stretch, like what we was good at, we weren't even good at. I believe 2 minutes in, they had 8 points in the paint. We had 0. We couldn't score in the paint at all.
Yeah.
Like in the fourth quarter, you not being able to score in the paint is a problem. And like I said, I understand. I see how a lot of y'all fans react to games, and it shows me that y'all not watching it because y'all like to go off what happened in the last game. Because a lot of y'all trying to blame these guards today. It wasn't the fucking guards' fault today.
Yeah,
the bigs didn't play good today.
Yeah,
and as a team, there was a lot of shit we didn't do as a team. We didn't play as a team down the stretch. That's why we lost. They beat us with strictly team basketball. They just that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, and I mean, execution. They shot the ball 56% from the field. The Sky shot 40%. That's bad. Turnovers. I'm glad that we limited turnover. Five turnovers for the Chicago Sky. When you play as slow as an offense is what we do, it better goddamn well be not that many turnovers. Is all I can say. So hold on, because I'm about to cook somebody. Let me just verify something real quick. All right, so listen, dumbass, stop trying to push your little punk ass video, because if it was worth a goddamn, you wouldn't have to tag anybody. And I get it that you come to the #1 spot for Chicago Sky content to try to get a little bit of shine, but guess what? It's not working for you. You're not here. You're about to get blocked from the channel if you keep saying dumb shit. So let me ask. I'm gonna tell you like this.
Bro.
Let's not forget, this is Chicago. Don't come here with that bullshit trying to get you a little bit of extra, trying to talk and just be contrary, and you sound like a fucking idiot. I guarantee you, when your mama made the choice to let your punk ass daddy come inside her, it wasn't so you can get cooked on a YouTube channel. I guarantee it. So honor your mama's decision and make better life decisions. Do that.
Like, I just want to know how. My thing is, you trying to come in and sound smart. You're making a fucking video of what the refs are doing. If you don't get your goof ass out my fucking face and hold your team accountable, trying to record the refs ain't play. Shut up. I swear to God, every time y'all talk, it just shows your bitch. I'm not finna do it. It's Happy Father's Day, because I know you ain't got one.
Damn. Anyway,
motherfuckers with fathers don't say dumb shit on the internet.
I don't like dumb people, bro. Don't come in here with that dumb shit.
You ever tag on the video? I swear, folk got tagged me.
And if you tag me, I guarantee you, I'm gonna send the soldiers. We're gonna flame up your whole video. You don't want to do that. Your channel will be in the trash can, bro.
Don't do some damn refs.
Like, fucking idiot, bro. Like,
we didn't play good as a team. What is so hard about y'all saying that? We didn't play good as a team. What is so hard about that saying that?
This motherfucker can't even screen record right. These videos look like they were
recorded
with a potato.
What name is I Got Talent though?
He's had a YouTube channel for 3 years and got 400. Man, go on, bro. Like, go, come on, bro.
And you got the nerve to call me a struggle bus,
bro? Like, yeah, like what the fuck? Move the fuck around, bro. Anyway, like, bro, go hug your daddy, bro, and probably try to encourage him to be a better father, so maybe his child wouldn't be on here doing stupid shit. How about that? Let's do that.
For like 4 damn years, and you talking about struggle bus? You ain't on a bus.
No, he's on
you in an old ass Honda Civic.
Anyway, let's get back to basketball, Steve. It ain't even worth it. We cooked him. It's done. It's over with. With that said, getting back to this, what do you want this guy to learn from this game, brother?
Learn from your mistakes. It's clear that you're not learning from your mistakes. Yeah. At some point, the communication, you're not communicating turnovers because you're going the wrong direction. That got to stop. Y'all got to learn these plays. I said this games ago. There has to be a play that nobody can beat y'all with. Y'all don't have a play that or a multitude of plays that none of that can get it. You got to have that. We seen it with them. They can run up if Indiana really wants to. If they run the pick and roll with Boston every day, it's going to be hard to stop, no matter if you figure it out or not. We don't have plays that can do that. We need to we need to sharpen up. It's a reason why I keep saying we have to be sharp. We have to be sharp. We don't have the talent where that's going to balance out at sometimes. When you have a team lack of talent, you have to be sharp. Got to. It's that simple. You got to be sharp. And that has to do with practice. I don't know if y'all got to get more practice in. I don't know. Maybe y'all eating out so much. Go to damn practice so y'all can get these plays together. There's too many times where the pass is too high. Like, them entry passes got to be on point. Yeah. Damn the character. I don't even care.
Character, you don't know what our character is, because one thing, we cool, calm, and we know our shit. But if you come here acting a fool, we get in the weeds. We go to hell. I go straight to hell on you. So I'm just gonna let you. That is part of my character. So there you go on that.
Study with a motherfucking name Talent in his name.
Anyway, here's what I'll say, bro. I agree with you on the execution part. At the end of the day, like, when you are missing certain aspects of just basketball, like Lindsey Allen is the only true closest thing we have to a true point guard. And I've seen people like say things like, well, Lindsey Allen isn't scoring. You ain't getting both, bro. Not on this team with what it is. You're not getting both. You got to pick your poison. And so what Coach Spoon tried to do with this is to bring in a point guard who is going to move the ball around. That doesn't mean she's going to be Chris Paul getting 10 assists, but she did move the ball around. And also, you got to look at the aspect of the game as well as the communicative part. Lindsey Allen brought that tonight, but you're not going to get both. There are going to be some games where Lindsey Allen shoots extremely well, but now what we're doing with this lineup is basically Lindsey Allen's out there, defense, move the ball around, and some shooting when she can give it. But you're really doubling down on your other four players that are out there on the court with her to bring most of that scoring. And for the most part, you got what you wanted to get. You got double doubles from both Angel and Kamilla. You got 22 points from Mabry, 18 points from Kennedy Carter. If you can do that most nights, you're going to be good. But it's not just about the stats. It's also how you get them and when you get them. The stat sheet looks solid for the Chicago Sky tonight. If you just looked at the box score for the Sky in a vacuum, didn't look at the other team, that's a pretty damn good box score. But the execution part is what tells the story. And what we did right tonight is as the game, and I don't want to act like it was the whole game. I would say out of 4 quarters, I think we played 2 to 2 and maybe a quarter of them extremely well. Yeah, extremely well. But when you don't execute down the stretch and the other team is, that's what's going to lose you some games. So this is something to build off on. It's not something to like write home about, act like we did anything amazing, but it is something that now, okay, this at least shows you can build off on this. Now we need to start making adjustments to this for sure.
And I just got one thing to poke at it's the whole team because it's a team problem.
Yeah.
Y'all need to fit in practice. Y'all need to go with finish drills because there's too many times where the ball touched the rim and it's not going in. If the ball touched the rim, it better go in. Y'all need to make y'all layups. There's too many times where Dana missing a layup, Kennedy missing a layup at times, pivotal times. Diamond missing. Our bigs missing. There were so many times where Nafisa went up for a hook. I'm like, that's in. When it's us, I'm holding my breath. And that's with anybody. You got to make a lot. I think a lot of reason because it did. If you look at the score, 91-83, that's not the true score. The free throws got away. It was a close game. And the reason why it was such a close game and why we could have run, we was missing little shit.
Yeah.
We left so many like change out there. It was not even funny. The ball rolling out in and out. You got to make y'all easy shot and make your free throws. Make your damn free throws. It's free, baby.
We shot 85% from the free throw line today. That's like we've had too many games where we're shooting 60, 67, 68%. So 85%, it's tolerable, but we got to be better at that overall. And also I would say, like you said, get to the free throw line, but that goes back to we got to play stronger, we got to play bigger, and we got to identify mismatch. We do not identify mismatch, and we don't have a lot of opportunities to get mismatches. But when we do have them, we don't ever identify them. Yeah, you're right. We're always a second or a step behind, and then the defense has adjusted to it. So this, like I said, overall in this game, there's some stuff to take away from it and build on. And considering how bad things have been, I'll take that. I hate the loss, especially to the Fever. But now you got a few days off. We will play again Wednesday, I think.
We play
Thursday. So we don't play till Thursday. So yeah, you got a lot of opportunities to get this thing underway and under control. Work on what you've seen. You're on a 4-game losing streak. You've actually lost 7, I think, out of your last 8. We got to get it together. 6 out of our last 8. Got to get it together. So hopefully this is now that you've changed the lineup, now that you've seen some success offensively, now you can start making some adjustments to it. Let's hope that that's the case, man.
And I see a lot of people saying you can't get to the free throw line if we ain't getting calls. Look, y'all, every game you're not going to get calls.
Yeah.
But in basketball, there's a way. Because at some point, at one point in third quarter, the free throws was neck and neck.
Yeah.
And even it was some calls that we was getting.
Force the issue.
That's what I'm saying. Kelsey Mitchell, she going to penetrate and she going to draw fouls. We have to draw them. Like I said, in the fourth quarter, we had 0 points in the paint. And that's and based off that stat and based off what we playing because we wasn't attacking the paint. Yeah. You can't go to the free throw line if you ain't tagging the paint.
That's fact.
And you can't allow what the coach. I mean, not the coach. You can't allow what the refs not give you to be like, okay, we can't go in the paint no more. No, keep going.
We don't play Kaiser because she isn't good in the WNBA. It's just simply put there. I don't care what she did anywhere else. You won't see anything in the WNBA that says that she's a good player. She's not. She don't get me wrong. She's made the WNBA. She can make some plays out there, but she's not a good player. It's just not. Like, let's not act like Brian Scalabrine didn't have some great games sometimes. Every blue moon. She's not a good player. She's played a total of 23 games. You'll be hard pressed to find 2 highlights in those 23 games she's played in her WNBA career. She's not good. We got some super chats that we do need to get to before we get up out of here, though. Rico says Indiana literally ran the same high screen play all game, bro. Variations,
but it worked.
Thing. And keep doing it until they make you stop. Stop. That's it. 3 Diglets? 3 Diglets? That's crazy, bro. We Pokemon in this one. You could have named it 3 Niglets. Never, let me stop. Flagrant fouls don't win games, y'all. I mean. Yeah, but let's be clear here, bro. Let's not act like players aren't going to get flagrant calls. You can still win flagrant calls. Like, that's just a dumbass reactionary comment. Sky have to know any questionable contact on CC will be reviewed and upgraded to a flagrant one. WNBA will protect their precious investment. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Kathy Engelbert called and was like, "Hey, listen. I know like, when they were doing the challenge, it was just Kathy on the in the headphones, like, yes, yeah, just shake your head like you're watching the tape. Yeah, it's a flagrant. Don't even worry. No, I can't take that. Kathy wouldn't even know what a flagrant is if somebody asked. I'm sure Kathy Engelbert doesn't even understand the WNBA rules, but it is what it is. So
Kathy can't spell her own last name.
Any last thoughts before we get up out of here, brother?
Y'all better get y'all practice on. Y'all got a lot of days. You got a whole lot of days. At some point, somebody got to be somebody got to be a leader on that team and realize it's some things we need to tighten up, and that's where the team building starts. And y'all need to. I don't give a damn if y'all got to run y'all own personal practice. Mm-hmm. Y'all need to get as much chemistry together because, like I said, if without Will, without our shooters. If we're not going to have the talent to have to shoot or have on this team and stuff, we got to become a very tight team, offensively and defensively, if we want to be a threat to anybody. And that's just the cold hard truth until we add more talent to this team. But until then, we got to preach perfection.
Yeah. We got to. One last super chat that came here in the last part from Booker says, are they going to try to get a 3-point shooter? Ace is making all the moves. Angel efficiency was horrible, but she got fouled a lot. No calls. Yeah, there were a lot of no calls out there. Yeah. I don't know what this guy, I mean, I get it. It's easy just to say, let's go out and get a 3-point shooter. We don't know what the cost is as far as if you're trying to trade for one. We don't know. This guy definitely aren't looking to give up any like draft assets to bring anybody in. I mean, of course, fairs out there and things like that, but I really think I get the inkling. It doesn't mean that it's going to end up being facts, but I get the inkling that they still are waiting on Brenda Maxwell. I just think that that's the case. I'm not saying that's the right case. That's the feeling that I do get, but we'll see. Like I said, this is one thing that I am noticing is the difference between damn it, why am I throwing a blank? What was our James Wade running the team versus versus Pagliosha? Because James Wade would have went out and found a shooter by now. It would have been somebody with 3 last names that we ain't never heard of, but they would have been able to come in and shoot.
Right, she would have been from Yucatan, but he would have found her.
Exactly. So. But yeah, we'll see what goes on, man. We appreciate you guys so much for everything that you guys bring to the show, especially sitting through the flaming. I'm sorry for the victims that happened on the show today, but hopefully you learn from that, just like the Sky need to learn from their losses, and we don't have to make anybody a victim in the next live stream. Before Stevo, man, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys are following the show at Chicago Sky Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, Chicago Sky Central, gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799 with the number one spot for everything Chicago Sky related. And we'll see you guys another day.
Quickly, we need help.
Please come back. You still live in Chicago? Just go ahead and show up.